Okay, so we start off today by building the Seamoth solar charger because my Seamoth is still stuck near the back of the Aurora. Thankfully, the only annoying thing we had to get was the table coral, and for that we had to swim all the way back to the safe shallows, but it wasn't too much of a hassle. This little side quest I sent myself on, because I'm just never prepared for anything on this game, just took probably about like 10 minutes to get all the stuff. But once we got back to the Seamoth, we put the charger in, and thankfully it was day, so it started charging up immediately so we could go home. The plan for today was to upgrade our vehicle so we could go a bit deeper into the world and maybe try and get some of the upgrades for the prawn suit. I looked into what I needed to get the upgrade for the Seamoth depth module, and that stuff was pretty easy to get, so we set our minds on that. I needed to get some enamelled glass for the upgrade, so I decided to head off to the kelp forest to try and get some stalker teeth. In my head, I believed I'd seen a YouTube short of where you can like kill them and steal their teeth that way instead of just waiting for them to drop, so that's exactly what I did. I chased him for a very long time. I don't know what this poor cunt thought was happening to him. He's just like randomly been like chased by some guy with like a 1000-degree knife. But it wasn't long before he succumbed to his injuries of being chased by an insane man. And then after all that, he didn't even drop any teeth. So I just killed him for no reason. But at least I managed to scan the stalker. That's useful, I guess. I decided just to head back to the base and get my scanner room to look for metal salvage. The stalkers like to make their nests out of metal salvage, so they pick it up and move it, and when they do, they occasionally drop a tooth. So my plan was to pick up some metal salvage and just lay a trap for them pretty much. I didn't actually think it would work as well as it did. I dropped just a pile of metal salvage and straight away 2 stalkers came over and one of them dropped a tooth just immediately. I was going to need some more later on anyway, so I decided to stay around and get some more, and I literally found like 3 in one place at one point. It was so good. Seconds. With all of those stalker teeth, I was able to make the enamelled glass that I needed for my Seamoth upgrade module. After I crafted it, I had a quick look at what I needed for the level 3 upgrade, and I was literally just 1 ruby short, which was a slight pain in the arse. I knew there was some near LifePod 19, so I headed there straight away, but I forgot to put the upgrade module in, so I remembered to do that first. When I got to the cave to look for some rubies, I immediately found a time capsule, which was pretty interesting because I think they're quite rare. And then after picking up a few rubies, I managed to find another times capsule just like within like 100 meters of it. I had a quick look at what was actually in those 2 time capsules, and someone had given me a stasis rifle and another thermoblade, so that was pretty useful. But after getting that, I just decided to pick up some more rubies and then head back to base. When I got back, I just kind of dumped everything in a storage locker, but I started to realise that I was running out of space. So I decided to make this little shrine for the George toy and the little Aurora minifigure thing we found. I decided to go explore some wrecks because I wanted to get some of the arms for the prawn suit. I ended up running into this like glowing blue ball biome, and thankfully my sonar showed me that there was a wreck of the Aurora quite far down. So far I think this is the prettiest biome that I've actually been into, so I was actually quite excited to go in here. On the floor there was a data box with the Mark 1 depth module for the Cyclops. Unfortunately, everything else I found outside we'd already like scanned, and it was just like a duplicate, so I headed inside where we managed to find a door that needed to be cut open with the laser cutter. When I went through, I managed to find this room that had the repaired docking bay for the Cyclops, as well as 2 grappling arms that were just right next to each other, so that was really good. As this had been a success so far, I decided to push on. I found a data box, but unfortunately we already had what was in it, so we just got some titanium. We ended up coming out the bottom, so we'd explored the whole thing, so I decided to head back to my Seamoth and see what else we could find. The next big wreck we managed to find was on the floating island. And I feel like this is one of the bigger wrecks. It's right on like the edge of one of the islands, about to fall into the like ravine below. But as soon as I get here, I find 3 of these Cyclops engine fragments like straight away. So all of that pain we went through in the last episode was just a big waste of time. I literally found them within like seconds of being here as well, which just made it worse. After circling around the wreck for a while, I managed to find this door that I could pull open. And inside I managed to find the data box for these swim charge fins. Using my laser cutter, I then opened this door, expecting nothing bad to happen, but as soon as I went inside, there was a fucking bone shark just chilling in this room, and it scared the shit out of me. Honestly, had no idea how it managed to get in there. It must have just spawned in there and just become trapped, but it just made it really scary to go in. I saw that there was a data box on the floor, so I quickly rushed in to get that. As well as cut open this door, which was just really intense as there was a fucking shark nibbling my arse. The worst bit is, after I like got through the room with the shark, there was nothing useful. But thankfully when I was outside, I managed to find one half of the drill arm for the prawn suit. I did look around for some more, but I had no luck, so I just decided to head off. The next wreck that we managed to find was down in this deep dark cave. I saw this little bridge, and when I looked up I managed to see the rest of the wreck just above it. Thankfully this wreck was a bit kinder to me, and I found the other part of the drill arm just outside. Now that I had what I wanted, I decided to just head straight back and see if I could get those upgrades. After looking at what materials I needed, I realised I could get the drill arm pretty quickly. It only needed some titanium, lithium and diamond, stuff that we all had quite a bit of from going down to the jelly shroom caves last time. I then gathered up all of the materials I needed to make the advanced wiring kit, as well as some blood oil that I needed for the benzene. With all of this, I was now able to make the grappling hook as well for the prawn suit, so hopefully we could actually go exploring some harder to get to areas. I also had a spare slot on my Seamoth, so I used a few resources to make it a bit stronger, as it nearly died the other day. We also needed some more lithium to make the level 3 depth module for the Seamoth, so we headed down in the jelly shroom caves to try out our new prawn suit. I found this lithium deposit and I used the drill to just mine it all up. And oh my god, it feels so good just to get like a large quantity of stuff without that much hassle. On my way out of the jelly shroom caves, I also managed to like fucking Spider-Man my way out with like ease. It just felt so clean. I did like a little 360 and everything to like keep my momentum. With the lithium we got, we were able to make the level 3 depth module and finally go explore a bit deeper into that blue ball biome I saw before. On my way down, I had the first encounter with a crab squid, and I don't know why, but these things, they actually just terrify. I think I find them more scary than the reapers. They just scare me so much. But I decided to hug this rope wall so I didn't get lost, and in the distance I saw an abandoned base. When I went inside, I managed to find the blueprint for the alien containment so we could start growing our own life, as well as the Cyclops shield generator and a PDA entry titled Disaster, so that filled me with confidence. In the lower half of the base, I managed to find an orange tablet, a creature egg and a nuclear waste disposal bin. After going through the whole base, I decided to head back to my Seamoth, which was just being guarded by 2 different crab squids. I thought these things were attracted to light, but as soon as I got in my Seamoth, they both just swarmed me. But they turned around for a second, and I decided to try and make a break for it. I hoped that they wouldn't notice me leave, but I was proven to be very wrong, as I turned around and they were just there attacking me, both charging. I found somewhere safe where I could fix up the damage done to my Seamoth, as I really didn't want to lose it down here. And then my sonar showed me that there was this massive cave going just further down right next to me, so I went down. The biome I've just entered is called the Lost River, and it's like this massive cave network under the whole map with multiple entrances. And as I went in, I managed to see some alien architecture again with one of those force field doors. The door conveniently needed the orange tablet I just picked up, so I put it in there and went straight in. In here I managed to find an alien bone specimen case, as well as a data entry, 3 iron cube, and another egg for a creature. I noticed my sea moth was under attack by another crab squid, so I quickly got there, and I'm so glad I did, otherwise I definitely would have been stuck down here. But after fixing it up, I decided to explore the Lost River a bit more. While I was exploring, I find this big fossil of this old creature that probably used to live down here, and it's fucking huge, man. I know I've seen mods of this thing like still being alive in the world and it like goes around the world border or stuff, but this thing is crazy, man. After finding some more of these alien ancient pillar buildings, I followed them to find this building that had like fallen to the sea floor. When I went inside, I found another ion cube and another place for a purple tablet, as well as this huge egg for a sea dragon. After exploring a bit more, I found this biomechanical experiment room. My scanner suggested that I should do a self-scan, and when I did, it told me that I was infected. I'm so glad that I'm not only stranded on this alien planet, but I've also got some alien COVID as well. I then see that I've got some green blisters all over my body, so, you know, it could be worse. Maybe. On my way out, I decided to look for some nickel and some of the other materials that you could find down here. I needed the upgrades for the prawn suit to bring that down here, and that required nickel, so it made sense to get it now while I was here. Following the cave, I managed to find a different exit. This exit was a lot bigger, so I was hoping it'd be a lot easier to get into. It was also really close to the mushroom forest biome where I'd built the base before, so it was closer to my base as well, I think. So I didn't forget, as soon as I got in, I made the upgrade for the prawn suit so we could go deeper with that. My prawn suit was now able to go to 1300 meters, so it was a pretty big upgrade. I decided to build the Cyclops next, but then I get some weird alien message.
What are you?
How about what are you? That'd be a good place to start. Thankfully it didn't actually take that long to get all the materials I needed for the Cyclops. And finally, we had one. We had our own Cyclops.
Be advised, the Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle.
But yeah, this thing is fucking huge. I can see why it was normally a 3-person crew. With the Cyclops now crafted, I decided that I needed to move it a bit closer to my base. After turning on the engine, we were able to safely move our Cyclops down towards the base, so we didn't have to keep like swimming back and forth all the time. When I got out of it though, it felt a bit wonky, and I'm not really sure why. Oh, that's why. I fucking crashed it. But anyway, that's where I'm gonna leave it for today, so I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for watching.